Hello, this is Alicia Costanzo and welcome back to my channel. You may have seen out and about on YouTube and in other places this 6-month challenge or 185-day insane challenge. That one specifically was started by author Jenna Streety. I think I'm saying her name right. I watched it, thought it was completely insane, wanted to do my own version of it. So here you go. I've also seen the 75 hard challenge for authors that Katie Wismer did and also was like, yes, that sounds awesome and truly insane and I want to do it. I, however, am going to do it with my own twist. So I had, so because a lot of it is like life-based and like learning-based and all these other things, changing complete life over, I decided that I was going to focus on my author stuff because I've got a lot of changes that I've already made in life. Like I work from home, I'm a freelancer, I ghostwrite for a living, I edit for a living, I do a book box. I do all of these things and I do it all from home. So I'm already pretty set in that category. However, my own author stuff has fallen off since I started ghostwriting because all of my mental brain juices are being swept away by ghostwriting. So I asked ChatGPT, in 6 months, how can I make a full-time living as an author, or at least big changes towards that? So some of these goals are absolutely insane, but the more insane they are, I feel like the more I'm going to push myself. So yes, let's get to the list that ChatGPT gave me before I give you some of the other things that I kind of gleaned from the other challenges. Okay. So first of all, I do want to caveat, I know ChatGPT is questionable. I'm taking this with a grain of salt. I'm asking it as a tool to give me ideas and give me a plan, and then I have to follow through with it. So just FYI, I know. I use ChatGPT in my work a lot because marketing is made easier that way, and that sounds really sucky, but it makes way better copy than I do. So I'm already familiar with it. I already use it as a tool, so I thought, why not use it for myself? But here are the list of things that it gave me in general. We'll get into another, can you hear my cat screaming? It's Frodo. Ignore him. I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of what it told me to do month to month in a different video, but just in general, here are the things that are listed for me to do. 1. Update my website, all of them, because I'm doing this for more than one author brand. Also, I'm doing this for 3 author brands, my Alicia Costanzo, my Anam Lishki, and I have another one, Maria Archer, that I'm going to be working on and developing during this time. Update all of my websites and my branding. One of these I have to create in its entirety. This is absolutely necessary. I got it. 2. Be more present on social media. I have been working on this for the first half of the year. I'm going to have to like double down, hit this hard, but I also know that if I put too much on my plate too fast in this regard without building some routines, that I'm going to really fail at this because I already have quite a few times. Even though I can do this for my job just well enough. Anyways. Number 3, up my game in my newsletters and my blogs. So I have both. Neither of them have been updated in a while, at least 6 months, and I need to be consistent on that as well. I'm not plugging that in with social media because it's kind of a different outlet. It's kind of a different audience, and I'm gonna do it differently. I can't just go in Twitch scheduler and be like, blah, 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 here it is. I kind of have to make them all a little bit differently, in a different process for that. So number 4 is offer more freebies. So this is linked to not only my newsletter, because when you offer freebies, you usually have a link where you can sign up for your newsletter, and that's how they gain like my Untamed novella. That is a freebie that I currently offer. It's not automated, and I need to do that. That's on my list of things, the nitty-gritty to get into. But I just need to offer more freebies. I need to do this for my Autumn Lishki, and I need to create some automations for my Maria Archer. Number 5 is write and publish more stories, more of my own stories. So because I have 3 author things, that's going to be a lot of writing. I already write 1,600 words a day for my ghostwriting gig. My goal is to write an extra 1,000 words a day in my own stuff. Is that insane? It absolutely is. But I started at 250 words and got myself up to 1,600 words a day, so I do think it's doable by the end of the 6th month. Will I start there? Will I be able to do it the entire time? Probably not, and that's okay if I don't. But the goal is to aim for it. And if I aim for it, I'm going to get much farther than if I don't try to do anything. You know what I mean? So number 6 is to be consistent. This is where the routines are going to have to come in. I'm going to have to make myself specific days, do some batch posting, all of those other things. I'm going to have to make a plan. So we'll make a plan. You'll watch me do it. I promise. Number 7, too many fingers for this. Review what's working and make changes. with what's not working. So reassess at the end of the 6 months. Even during, I think I might do a 3-month check-in, and I think that's going to work pretty well. But there are my vague author things, and these are very vague. They're very big, and I'm going to have to break them down to little teeny digestible tasks that I can check off and not be like, I need to update my website. All 3 of them. If I just have that as a bullet point, do you know how much goes into that? I'm going to have to break that down into digestible chunks. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. Now, I do have some big author goals specifically for my Alicia Costanzo pen name. And that is, I have 2 books already written. It was actually 1 book. I had to split it in 2. I've already done that. I have to edit it. I would like to format it, beta read, and publish it, get a new cover, all by the end of the year. I would like to have the second book that I, split off from the 1 into 2. I would like to have that also edited and ready to publish maybe early 2026. So I do have to work on both of those things. With that, and that's my Loving Red saga. It's technically book 2 and 3. I have a prequel in there as well. I have 1 prequel, 2, 3. I would like to get new covers for my first 2 books. I made them myself. They're not bad, honestly. Here's what they look like. But I want a professional cover made for them. So I'm going to get that done this year. And that was one of my big goals for 2025, regardless of this challenge. Like, I still wanted to do that from day 1. So that is what we're going to do. One of my big goal right there. So, Frodo. Oh my goodness. So I talked about routines, and I have a pretty good routine already. I'm so sorry for my cat. He's crazy. I wake up, again, freelance, I work from home. I wake up in the morning, I work out, I have my breakfast, shower, all those things. And the first thing I generally do is write for work. So I'm going to maintain that. And then I do my other things. I would like to piggyback off of my initial writing, maybe take a break, have some lunch, move around, get the brain juices maybe a little reloaded, maybe even read a little bit, do something that's going to make it rest, and then go into my other stuff before I get into my other work, if that makes sense. And that's because marketing doesn't take the same kind of brain power that writing does. So I think if I work that into my routine, that's my current plan. I, again, will break this down a little bit farther in another video, but I just want to let you know, I have routines that I can keep and like fit stuff into. So I've already got those things down. Things that I've just started, however, counting my calories and cleaning regularly. Those are things that I've just like kind of started, and I want to be sure that I don't let those fall off while I'm doing this challenge. I also read for 30 minutes generally every day. I haven't been so much this week, but I've also read 3 books this week, so I'm not too upset about that. But some of the things I gleaned from Jenna Streeter's video is that I need to find a hobby that I can do and not monetize. I have a few of them. I just haven't been doing them. And there's 2 specifically that I want to get into again. That is puzzling, because I do that with my family and I love puzzles. We just got a puzzling board for Christmas. I say just, it's been 6 months. That I'm very, very excited to get into that puzzle, because I have 2,000 piece puzzles that we're doing. And I like to do diamond art, which I do with my mom generally. We didn't do that the last time I was home because she had shoulder surgery, and that just wasn't in the cards for us. I had a lot of work to do as well. That's Frodo, by the way. He's the one screaming. So I want to do those 2 things. I want to incorporate those maybe on Sundays at my cleaning days in the evening to have some family time. That sounds like a good plan. Okay. I also want to up my water intake. I've been very, very bad about that. However, I have practically given up coffee. I've had 2 cups of coffee since I've been home from New York, which was at the end of May. And I've switched to tea and only allowing myself 2 of these giant things a day. And I think this is a 24-ounce cup. But tea has less caffeine than coffee does. And I've noticed a difference in myself, like personally, for those things. So I'm going to keep up with that, but I need to increase my water intake. I also would like to try meal prepping. That's not really a part of this challenge. I'm just putting it out there. Okay. And the last big goal, kind of like my Loving Red Saga goal, is to read all of my Blood Phoenix, all of my Broken World stories. And that means four books in the Blood Phoenix series. I have like 8 or 9 short stories. I have written a novella and a short story that I still need to edit and publish, but I need to read all of these things. And then I need to plot the last book in my Blood Phoenix series. It's a 5-book series. The ending is going to be epic, but I need to make sure that I tie up all the loose ends that I can, all the little threads that are in there from the first 4 books and all the other stories that are interconnected with it, which is also connected to the 2 books that I want to edit and publish you know, this year in my Loving Red saga, they're interwoven. The characters actually appear in each other's books, especially at the end. It all affects each other. So I'm gonna do that. This is sounding like a lot. But yeah, those specifically are going to be my priorities for writing and editing in my personal time. Then hopefully I would like to rebrand one of my Autumn Lishki series, because it was like a general series and then these two characters kind of became their own like 14 book series, and I feel like I need to separate them, recover them, rebrand them, that kind of thing. Finish the story out too, that would be nice. And then all of the other short little series that I have. I also have a completed series for my Autumn Lishki, my Wooing the Alpha series. I've started to recover it. I know a lot of people have issue with AI generated art, and in general I do too, but my Autumn Lishki is not like my professional author. My Alicia Costanzo is, and I use absolutely all human art for my Alicia Costanzo author. My Autumn Lishki is more of like a fun pastime thing, and if I ever got the money to recover 14 books, which at $300 to $500 a pop is a lot. You do the math. I'm not gonna. I've done it once. It scared the shit out of me. I'm recovering that way, and I do plan to use that kind of art for my just for fun author stuff, because again, I'm not really using that as a business. It's kind of more for fun. However, if I make enough money, I will totally use human art. Okay, so you ready to build a rocket ship and go to Mars next week? Because that's what this sounds like we're gonna do. Anyways, if you are participating, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time.